Next question is, it says in the Quran, where does it say Muslim to kill infidels? There are over 100 verses in the Quran encouraging and provoking violences. The last chapter of the Quran that was revealed to Muhammad is chapter 9 of the Quran. You need to read that. Chapter 9 verse 5, chapter 9 verse 28, 29 and 30, chapter 9 verse 121. There are hundreds, as I said, over 100 verses that you can find it, and you just need to Google that or go to Answering Islam, and you can find the violent verses of the Quran. Next question is, are all Muslims radical or some relatively peaceful? Are all Muslims are radical?
Unfortunately, if you're not reaching Muslims and you're getting your information about Muslims from the media, you're going to consider them all radical terrorists, and they're the other. And instead of having compassion and loving them, you're going to be afraid of them and wish God's judgment on them. I can say from my experience, because I've been raised in the midst of a Muslim community, about 90% of the people I run into have no clue what Islam teaches, let alone radical Muslims. They don't know what Islam is, and thank God they don't. And our job is they don't find out. Let them fall in love with Jesus. But if you keep thinking they're all terrorists, guess what? You're not going to reach them.
The Muslims have this potential of being radical. So all of them have this potential of being radicalized. And what happens is that, just as the rest of the people trying to find eternal life and they find Jesus, they come to the Lord, they end up in the church. Muslims, if they don't hear the gospel, if they are not saved through the gospel, they're trying to find their eternity through jihad or different ways of keeping Sharia law and becoming a stronger Muslims, because when they get older, they know they're going to die. And so what about their eternity? Are they going to go to Jannah or Jahannam? So what they do, they will try to join jihadis, and because jihad is the only way that might guarantee their Jannah. So they have a potential. In fact, if you remember the two Boston bombers, when they came to US, they came as refugees, as kids, but eventually they became terrorists because they were told that, that we have to fight the infidels for Allah, and then they saw that as a way to go to heaven. And they were told if you even die, you go to be with 72 virgins. So they have a potential of becoming radical.